After experiencing a not so great first coming of the Tilta Power Module, the Advanced Power Module seems to have completely fixed everything you need for the Komodo. Let's talk about what's new and why this might actually be the best power module on the market. Run the intro. If it's your first time here, welcome. My channel is all about keeping it real and helping turn your passion into paychecks whilst taking you along my filmmaking journey. If that's the kind of thing that you're into, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. So Tilta came out with the first power module and it was extremely popular in the Komodo community. It was very neat and allowed you to mount the battery horizontally, so everything looked really nice and functional. If you look at the old one and the new one side by side, pretty much they're identical. They both feature a horizontal V-lock battery mount and a dual BP battery connector, a USB 5-volt power option, and two 14.8 2-pin LEMO connectors. The first power module offered two D-tap power inputs as well, which was, pretty cool. However, on a new one you only get one, but we'll talk about why in a few moments. The major issue with the first model was that it was not red approved. And what that means is on the camera you did not get a battery readout. Honestly, if we're talking about it, it wasn't the end of the world or anything like that, because you can always just check the battery level on the battery itself. But in an environment where you're, in the zone and doing what you gotta do and working, you might not always remember to check the battery. The new advanced module is not only red approved, but it has a host of other ports that give you a ton of control options on the camera. You can actually buy it in three configurations: V-mount in either vertical or horizontal, gold mount, or in black or tactical gray. I personally went with the horizontal option in black because it matches the rest of my rig and it just looks the best in my opinion. And if you look on the right side of the new module, this is where you'll see all the new ports. You get a run stop control, time code, control, and gen lock. This is great because it gives Komodo users access to these very useful ports, especially the control port for the full control option on the small HD monitor. The plate is easy enough to mount on a camera and it fits quite snugly when it comes to the battery on the actual plate. It's also very tight and snug with minimal play. Then all you gotta do is plug it into the extension port on the back of the Komodo body. Let's put it on the camera, boot it up, and have a look. Having a power module allows you to attach batteries that will run the camera longer than the BP955 batteries. You also have the ability to power external accessories such as your monitor via a D-tap. One thing that's kind of annoying about the Komodo body is it doesn't actually have a built-in D-tap option, so you need a power distributor to get that ability. Let's switch gears real quick and talk about some of the pros and cons. So one of the obvious pros is that you now get the battery readout on the camera. This is great because, like I said before, when you're in the zone and you're doing your thing, sometimes you might not really be looking at the actual battery itself, you'd be looking at the camera, and it's good to always know what your battery level is at, because if you're in mid-take and the camera shuts down, whatever you were just filming is gone. So it's good practice to always look at your battery on the camera so you know where you're at. The other great thing is all the power and accessory ports. So this is cool for somebody that wants to expand on what the camera is actually capable of doing. So in the event that somebody wants to run time code or gen lock or some new run stop options, instead of you saying like, oh, I can't do that, you have the ability to do that, and it just allows you to get into more places more easily. The other major thing is it has a nice and neat design that looks great on the Komodo. A big thing for me with my camera is trying to make everything functional, easy to use, and neat. With this power module, it really allows you to put your battery on in such a way that makes it look like it was actually just made for this camera specifically. So that's one thing I really love about it. So some of the cons here, and I really had to nitpick to get to this, was it makes the overall profile of the camera a bit longer, which makes it difficult to mount the camera on something like a gimbal. When you're ready to remove the module, it's very, very tricky. Like, it's really wedged in there, and the way the press release buttons work just makes it really difficult. And the final thing is, because there is a cable that runs into the external port on the back of the camera, it's really difficult to get the SDI cable in and out on the back. But overall though, I love everything the advanced module brings to the table. It's built well, it's extremely useful, it gives you ports and the battery readout on the camera. And all of that for a relatively decent price of $329. If you have a Komodo and you want to run a V-lock battery, this will be my recommendation. If this helped in any way, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And if you have any questions, make sure you hit me up in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys, and until the next one, make sure you look, learn, and share. Take it easy, guys.